Let me start by clarifying a few facts. This was the result of one can. It was not made for production or sale to general public. It was one post, not a formal campaign.
You sit on a throne of lies.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. There's been a lot of hatred for Bud Light in the ecosystem, and for good reason. Bud Light defied you, spit in your face, spit on your values, and betrayed you, the paying customer. But it gets even worse, ladies and gentlemen. No matter how much you hate Bud Light, I promise you, you don't hate them enough. I promise you that we have just uncovered something that I will show you here in this video. And I think we are the first people to actually uncover this, that proves that Bud Light is lying to you. Lying not just to you, but lying to their loyal distributors, to the people who work for and with them, lying about the thing that put hundreds of thousands of careers in jeopardy and has lost investors billions. Let's begin, ladies and gentlemen. Anheuser-Busch responds to Bud Light controversy. One single can sent to one influencer, not a campaign. This is from the St. Louis Dispatch. They broke this story. St. Louis, obviously, where Bud Light's from. So you'd have to assume that they're right. They have a lot of sources inside of Bud Light, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch. And so let's take the St. Louis Dispatch at their word here. Travel with me, and you will find, ladies and gentlemen, that we've done our homework. Listen to this. This was one single can given to one social media influencer, says a letter directly from the Anheuser-Busch board telling its retail customers how to withstand the tempest in a pint glass. In a letter to wholesalers that was forwarded to some local bars and restaurants, the brewery addressed the backlash with their marketing using Dylan Mulvaney. According to the letter, and I quote, "It was not made for production or sale to the general public. This can is not a formal campaign or an advertisement." Okay. This is the can, of course, that they're talking about. The can that broke the internet. The can that broke the entire advertising, marketing, and beer drinking world. This is the can. Here it is. As far as we know, this statement is correct. As far as we know, there haven't been multiples of these cans made. Although, gotta tell you, I kind of wish they had. But actually, if you look at the statement a little closer, you'll realize that there is a lie sunk directly into that statement. A lie that Budweiser allowed to be repeated by their loyal distributors and the small businesses that make the entire Anheuser-Busch brand possible. See, Anheuser-Busch is just the brewer of the beer. You need truck drivers, you need distributors inside of these locales with relationships with grocery stores and supermarkets and convenience stores and 7-Eleven in order to get Budweiser and Bud Light out to the masses. Budweiser doesn't own all those distributorship. In fact, there's over 300 private family-owned distributors throughout the country that Budweiser depends on in order to deliver their product. Those are the people who this letter was intended for, in order to push back against the boycott. Along with that letter to the distributors was a statement, recorded statement, by the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, who said that this was not a formal campaign with Mulvaney. This guy's name is Michael Daucris. He says Bud Light only partnered with Mulvaney for one post, and it was not an advertising campaign. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and read here. Daucris told investors on an investor call that there was misinformation spreading online about the social media team-up with Mulvaney. We need to clarify the fact that this was one can, one influencer, one post, not a campaign. Read it right there. Not a campaign. Really? Is that true? They forced their wholesalers and distributors to lie. I have the proof. First off, listen to this poor distributor, sounds like he's in a hostage video, from Alabama, recording a radio ad with this exact language from Anheuser-Busch.
Tatum, Vice President, General Manager of Bama Budweiser, your local Bud Light distributor. There's been a lot of discussion, frustration, and even anger across the country regarding just one single can made of Bud Light that was produced for a social media influencer. We too at Bama Budweiser are upset about it and have made our feelings known to the top leadership at Anheuser-Busch. The voice of the consumer has been heard and Anheuser-Busch has taken action. We at Bama Budweiser, an independent wholesaler, employ around 100 people who live here, work here, and our children go to school here. We do not, and as I said before, did not support this issue involving Dylan Mulvaney. There was one single can made, was not for sale, and wasn't properly approved. As a result, the Bud...
Did you hear that? One single can made. This was not a campaign. None of this was for sale. Okay? Let's go ahead and fact check that. Starting here, ladies and gentlemen, with the marketing agency that hired Dylan Mulvaney. Or, better yet, hired Bud Light to partner with Dylan Mulvaney. A lot of times, these marketing agencies, they don't bring you a single post asset campaign. With people with a certain scale of audience, and I speak about this from experience, they bring you a partnership that is a longer-term contract because most influencers get outreach from so many brands, you only want to partner with people that are big enough to sort of support you so that you can create a consistent revenue stream and income. We have partners, for instance, on our podcast and on our daily show. These are consistent partners and we appreciate them. But you can't do like one-offs. That's not how the industry works, especially when you're at scale. You don't do one-offs with one single brand. So this always felt a little confusing. This felt like a lie to me from Budweiser and Anheuser-Busch. Turns out it was a damn lie. You see, this marketing agency that reps Dylan Mulvaney, marketing agency who introduced Bud Light to Dylan Mulvaney, sent into serious panic mode. After the ad sparked backlash, now this marketing agency isn't sure that it'll survive. They want to stay out of the news. Here's their webpage. Captivate is the name of this agency. Okay? What do these people do? They run campaigns. Right up here at the top. Campaign. They run campaigns to boost and amplify creator content, paid channels. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how this industry works. Okay? They run high-profile, high-performing influencer campaigns. Okay? Now, check this out. I did you the service of going to Dylan Mulvaney's Instagram page. I don't use TikTok, so I didn't go to TikTok. Here's Instagram. Okay, the content is the same. All right, across both platforms. So this is Dylan Mulvaney's page. You can see on the page, obviously, this is Dylan Mulvaney within a couple hours. The difference, again, somebody get a wellness check on Dylan. We want everyone to live happy, healthy lives, but we also want people to be honest. So let me point you to two different posts here, all right, on Dylan Mulvaney's page. So you've probably seen this post. This is the famous post where Dylan Mulvaney in the comment section says that Bud Light is giving away $15,000. You have to effectively post a video of you carrying Bud Light in order to get that $15,000. This was a campaign done across different media accounts for different influencers. Lots of various influencers did this. This is where, of course, the infamous can was announced on this ad. This was tagged Bud Light Partner, this ad. Bud Light Partner. Huh. That's interesting. Why would you tag yourself as a partner with Bud Light if this was like a one-off campaign? So for us to prove that this was a lie, that Dylan Mulvaney was actually doing a longer form, longer contract with Bud Light before the infamous March Madness post, well, we'd have to find other proof of Dylan Mulvaney doing that content with Bud Light. And here it is from February 11th. An entire 60 days before the infamous can, you have Dylan Mulvaney dancing inside of a bathtub to a Bud Light advertisement. Now, what's this about? This is using the collab function on Instagram in order to boost the Super Bowl ad for Bud Light. Meaning that Bud Light was actually partnered with Dylan for a much longer period of time than they let on, meaning that they actually had a legitimate partnership with Mulvaney that extended effectively into 2022. This was an ongoing partnership that was negotiated by this Captivate company that repped Mulvaney. This is why Bud Light Marketing VP Alyssa Heinerscheid is sworn to secrecy. This is why they won't allow her to talk. The Daily Mail tried to approach her in the street, and Alyssa Heinerscheid's friend said she's not supposed to talk about it. She can't. Why would that be? Well, because Dylan Mulvaney was a longtime paid partner for Bud Light. They had done multiple posts together. The partnership was in fact so strong that a can was made. This can wasn't a one-off accident like Anheuser-Busch is trying to sell you here. This can was a commemoration of the value and strength of this long-term partnership. Anheuser-Busch lied. And then they forced that lie into the mouths of the people who make their product possible. This was one single can given to one social media influencer. This was not a formal campaign. That's a lie. Dylan Mulvaney was a campaign partner, as is tagged inside of these Bud Light partner posts. The Bud Light partner posts. This is where the secrets are buried. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The partnership, the paid professional partnership with Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light is a fact. And a fact that Bud Light is now going to have to contend with because Ted Cruz is now firing off oversight letters to the regulatory body that oversees Bud Light, saying that not only was Dylan Mulvaney a paid professional partner of Bud Light, but also none of these are age-gated. So Bud Light is effectively paying in order to have this content put to kids, children under the age of 21, which is illegal. Interesting. Cruz lays out the case for how the company clearly violated rules prohibiting the marketing to minors under the legal drinking age of 21. Ted Cruz has detailed here how Bud Light lied. Here's the official, this is the official document from Ted Cruz. The earlier February 11th post disproves the Anheuser-Busch CEO statement on the earnings call that the company's partnership with Mulvaney consisted of one can, one influencer, one post, not a campaign. In fact, Anheuser-Busch employed Mulvaney to advertise and market Bud Light on multiple occasions, along with not age-gating the marketing campaign under the age of 21, which is something that you have to do by law. Oh my. My goodness. What a despicable lie, these people. What a despicable lie. They've lied to you. Maybe that's why you shouldn't have any shock that the person who's actually the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, Brennan Whitworth, is a CIA agent. That's right. Operations Officer, Counterterrorism Center, Clandestine Services. This guy is a paid asset. CIA agent. This is the guy in charge of Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch. From CIA to CEO. He's highlighting this. This is featured link. From CIA to CEO. He's lying to you. You have been psyoped. This is a psychological operation. So, ladies and gentlemen, Anheuser-Busch lied to you. They're lying to you. This was a campaign. Dylan Mulvaney was a long-term partner with Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, had a partner tag, was fed a campaign from the organization, and they're lying to you. Read this headline. Not a formal campaign. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Bud Light instead of apologizing, decided to lie and misrepresent their relationship with Dylan Mulvaney. They have every right to have that relationship with Dylan Mulvaney. They should have owned it. They should have apologized for it and started the healing process. Instead, they released some mealy-mouth non-apology, and they got kicked right in the nuts by the rest of us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the real kick. They lied to the people that make their company possible. Bud Light lied. This was a campaign. This was marketed to kids. This wasn't age-gated. And we hope that there are some real consequences to all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, doing the real dirty work here, doing the investigations, it's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't drink Bud Light.